Appenton. What are you Appenton? Not Appenton. Another, what's it? Roland. My fun, I already have a bound. I saw her. What are you?
Ghanaians have woken up. Yanyani. They die kakra yanyani. It is to say elections will not be based on t-shirts that would demand. Yeah. Nesaka would demand me. Benim Krabbe's comedy is on tomorrow. I remember I said when we were young, the general asking call election. Or says Kappa. If you are two abano, Nipa Bakupe, never two. So general asking fear no, Nipa 30 the age of fear. The year in Sewer Hall. Or no answer. And said, and so it is not how much you campaign. Yeah. People are going to be voting this time on values. I've had a chance to meet both President John Mahama and Vice President Baumia. Yeah. In fact, they are all my friends. I've done with one. And we know said the two of them, one will become a president. I mean, this is a very heavy thing I'm saying. Will be something wine power meaning. But Mintan come, Mintiza Roland. Roland and Gawan food day to the sea. But eh? Miss meaning. Oh, sometimes in so America. Time no so America. But you I got make news worldwide. I go for Ujan. Minim say no be win no be. No be winning so we. So we have great leaders. I know there are other people who are also standing for it. You won't believe it. Somebody like Alan Chamantin is my very good friend. For only Kankran or Kankran. I know Kwame Cheddar. I know Bediako. I know him. He is like our son. He's a young man. And I know who else? Dr. Ayariga. I know him very well. We used to even say Ayarikov. Ayariga. I know, in fact, I know them. Yeah. By the grace of God, Ghana is a very small place. So everybody's connected. And I must say, there's none of them who does not know me. Like in my case, no. There is no Ghanaian president I've not prayed for before. There's no have a relationship with all of them. And I want to maintain that one. I want to be like Billy Graham. Billy Graham in America related to every leader. I love that spirit. Timothy, who wins election doesn't matter to you. It must be somebody who is Ghanaian minded. I want to be a patriotic person. I want to be a nationalistic person. Ghana who hear me saying, NDC ni NPP. NDC ni NPP de mo go aba ni mo kaya. NDC abada e no mo koye. En NPP ba no mo so koye. En NDC ba bi no mo koye. NPP aba so mo koya but me so be change so that's normal. The most important thing is that this election should be transparent. This election to have some decorum. This election should be fair. This election should be based on a ballot box. This election must not be rigged. This election should also show that Ghana has come of age from 1992 till now. We've been in this party politics system. This election should prove to the whole world, said the Ghanaian that were supposed to be forebearers of Africa, the Kwame Nkrumah Ghana, no, the Becha Bitemted Lamte, the Akufo-Addo Ghana, no, the Roland's Ghana, no, I'm not even talking about the big six.
Okay.
You understand?
The Akwaje, okay.
You understand? That's Ghana, no. That is said the independence of Ghana will be meaningless unless it's totally linked with the entire community of Africa. No. That Ghana no, should come back again. That we should have an election that is not for vigilantism. We should have an election that somebody will not sit in the studio and say some silly word. Now, as I have been to Rwanda several times. I went there when they were in the problem. And you don't want to see that. And I keep saying, sir, there are a lot of people today who are making certain statements and allowing themselves to be used. So assemble money baby ako. Maybe we may man over London. And you know I born in London. The whole British passport. There's no secret. So if something happens like that, maybe me and them we can go. But I'm thinking of the person who has nowhere to go. And who hear me pa. The same so I can tell you, say, I enjoy Ghana more than London. I enjoy Ghana more than London. And so let's get Ghana to be a peaceful place and to be a safe haven. And we should do politics that we call matured policy. We as a people in Ghana must have matured politics. NDC leadership and NPP leadership should be able to condemn anybody who creeps with the culture of insults. The moment the language is not a language that is acceptable in some Ghanaian, they say Ghana for your muadie. And most of your colleagues in the media, muadie. Akwada kitu pampers crash now or ya opinion. How dare you insult President Kufuor? How dare you insult President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo? How dare you insult President Atamels? How dare you insult President Roland? How dare you insult President John Dramani Mahama? How dare? How dare you insult somebody who maybe a wadro be an obusi amukrapo or be in fact they cannot get there. But in the name of politics, no penny, now insulting. It's ungodly and simple. So we need to check that one. But we have a responsibility. And Katie, this responsibility is a collective one. We need to come together in a massive united front to get the peace we want in Ghana. Okay. And you know who is needed for that front? The chief is needed. The chief imam is needed. The Christian council is needed. The judiciary leadership is needed. The speaker of parliament is needed. The president is needed. Unfortunately, whether we like it or not, Lawrence Tettet is needed. And Kwame Tanko is also needed. And if we all can come together in a massive united front, Ghana betumpo.
Is God still in the business of choosing leaders for countries?
In fact, without God, there cannot be a leader. I feel very sad when people think it's their propaganda that makes them leaders. In fact, it is only an unwise person who thinks so. Look at the history of Ghana. Where was President Rollins picked from to be able to head Ghana in 1979? From where?
He was in the army.
No, he was in a prison.
He was in the prison, yes, of course.
And God brought him out. And he became a leader. By the time he was facing court martial, he was also being killed.
Yeah.
And junior ranks picked him in June 4th. Because at that time, people like Osajini Boachijan and others.
Yes.
He stood. I know him very well. He died not long ago.
Yeah.
We stayed in London together.
Oh, okay.
He was in exile in London for a long time before he relocated back to Ghana. And they brought him, and he became a leader. If you've ever followed the story of President John Kofi Diwo Ajekum Kufuor, he was also many times in prison.
Yeah.
Arrested, castigated, put there. President Kufuor was one of the youngest in his early 20s when he became Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs in Ghana. And then coincidentally, President Kufuor even served under Roland's administration as a Deputy Minister. He went through his own challenges. Nobody knew, say one day President Kufuor will become a president. But Enyame Pea will be a president. President Atta Mills, at the time he was going to become the president of Ghana, we all knew he was not feeling very well. If you look at the campaign at that time, you look at President Nanado, you look at
that
President
was an election that shocked many Ghanaians. How did he win? How?
Yes, because kings, priests, prophets, and leadership are enthroned by God, not man. Infinite say it is not what our eye sees, but what God does. Somebody can go into the ballot box. There are people who, if you trace back and you do a research, whose ballot papers were disqualified, you'll be shocked. Oh, I take it wrong one. If you know a professor whose ballot paper has been disqualified, and now intellectual, obe shock, he say, obia na die hard. Oko tiki. President Nanado Dankwa did some. Oko Odododio. He was speaking of the Diodio. His final address of the Diodio.
I remember.
Nilante Bannerman and Nilante Vanderpoel. I know the two of them very well because I was born there. I was born at Jamestown. So Nilante Vanderpoel is like a younger brother to me. Nilante Vanderpoel is like a younger Bannerman's land. And then President Nanado Dankwa said, I dare no, move on to my Nilante Vanderpoel, move on to my Nilante Vanderpoel. So Baku, they move on to my Nilante Vanderpoel. Or come back 3 times. No, a tear now. So Bannerman not in Ojana Nimono. In the end, no, he became a campaign manager for Vanderpoel. Vanderpoel won hands down. So ballot no nyami na edima. And if you be sadie no na yasom nyami ye and rely on God, that there's one thing I'm seeing in this current breed of politicians that are like, they are respecting the church. I don't care what anybody concludes. They're respecting the church. 4 days today, President John Mahama sent a circular to some of us. They called us personally to meet us. So apostolic fathers and apostolic leadership, we met President John Mahama. How did we come there? When the man himself called some of us personally, we felt respected. How would you feel like? Which is why you get a call. Hello.
Yeah.
This is John Mahama. Reverend, good morning. We want to meet a few of us. We went. We all went. So by the time I realized, Archbishop Dr. Williams was there, Apostle General was there, Christian Council leadership was there, this one was there, this was there, we met. And I know Dr. Baumia is also doing same. So that aspect of leadership, I don't know how people read into it, but it makes me see, say, the religious leadership in Ghana now is being respected. As against the former where people just speak, and as I say, so you can't drink. And so I am believing God, say, God himself will choose a leader for us. And come, let me continue with what I was saying earlier. Say, so President Atta Mills became a president when everybody thought at that time it was going to be Nanado. I believe I heard a joke that time in Ghana said, "Na shock." Then President John Dramani Mahama went to sleep as a vice president, who then didn't have authority in NDC power because there were some generals. But in the morning, the biggest shock he had in his life is that His Excellency President Atamils is dead. So the lot fell on him. If anybody had told him the night he was going to sleep,
Wake up.
that by the time he's going to sleep again, he'll be sleeping as the president of Ghana, he will say that is a false prophecy. But that's what happened. Nobody really saw the line well. Only few of us maybe might have seen it say. At that time, no, President John Mahama was losing the election, and another won election. And for 2 terms, he's been the president. Now tell me, all this look, from Kwame Nkrumah's time until Nanado's time today, there's no president we have had that is not God. Look about this way. And I'm a student of history, a student of international relations, and a student of politics. So I try to look at things scientifically, draw a scientific analysis, and I've realized, say, so come next year, God Himself. You also say, and somebody's from the north, and somebody's from Ashanti, and somebody say, hey, trust me, Obia Yobia. Nyami, and I see him. And I say, inside, I don't tell me so. Say, who pel, say, who pel. Say, who pel, say, who pel. So, who do so? And your hini, say, who pel, say, who pel. Onurano your hini, say, who pel, say, who pel. Onurano your hini, Yesu Christo no your hini. That is why they must embedded it into God now. For we read Shenyamimo. Because you can even be close to the election and have stroke. Of course. You can be close to election and have stroke. 6 months before the following election for President Atamils, he died. Can you use a dead man to become a president?
Not at all.
You can have stroke. You can have heart attack. You can have something. So it doesn't matter whether you are young or old. Enyami enesihini. So let's put our trust in Him, and anything we want, He will protect us.
Okay, now Prophet Roland.
Me bra.
So who are there?
Yankopɔn na so.
Nyankopɔn adom.
Ede radias.
And then say Jebo.
Papa nya abidu.
Na then you expect it and woman in direction to the place and then
Minimum say papa can be brave. And he mean to me into us with baby a better say nyame adom a Kronum Afrancho.
okay.
And then we are 4:30 in the program that started then. To do Kronum Afrancho no so station where Afrancho station we twa kwa police station we be na cage na ho a pie hemai. We also be see Wajala Junction. The number is Abia. Oh, Banes Waira. Number is 0243 596522 0243 59 65 22 and 0242 25 91 78 0242 25 91 78. So we are number no fra baby obi an be enumre ya papa nya be na no man na won de be sisinti it mo suffer so baby awo bia for monday so be ba na enuma be ayarefo bia bra baby awo bia so ba na sa ade asakro baby wo ho abinya ada baby a wo bia etu ensafro fo ya wa man ton ba na bia na ho aye man blantem
the medical book from
oh the me pe baby dia ma ada woni ama nsoko
fully charged, fully prepared for today's program. Jack, end time prophet, fully prepared. We are at the airport waiting for the man of the moment, Dr. Lawrence Tettet. We are here with the whole team to pick on the man of the moment. See my man, you crack that. we did yen airport no so ni fully charged.